turn my light on here. It looks a little better. All right. Fair enough. Thank you, Stream Elements, for telling me that I'm alive. Right. Don't show that. Okay. I forgot to actually launch the bot, so let me do that real quick. There we go. All right. Sweet. I will switch over to this guy so you can see what I'm doing here. So yeah, I kind of said it in Discord. I want to work on making some more commands because the commands that I've got here are not all the commands that I used to have. So we need to make some more. I did go ahead and edit the quote command, so it does properly do the golfer thing. It's like, it's a very specific thing that I had to code in here, but like, you know, it's fine. What is it? 81? Quote 81, I think. No, is it 80? Yeah, there we go. All right. But yeah, and like the other way to do this, of course, is instead of checking to see if the quote is exactly this, I could check the quote index to see if it's 80. Problem is, it's entirely possible to delete quotes, so I would have to like manually keep track of the index, whereas this is just like, hey, if it's exactly this quote, then it's fine, right? So the other thing is I've got the old, or not the old, but like the repository for Stonebot pulled up so that I can take a look at what commands I actually had implemented before. Is it this one? Use actions, I think. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Can I like increase the font size without making it too unreadable? Kind of. Collapse file tree. Here we go. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit better. So, yeah, it's fine. Okay. So let's take a look here. So each of these functions should effectively be, don't do that. Should effectively be their own commands. So like this exclamation point commands thing is, I believe, supposed to, oh, it just gives you a link to all of the possible commands. I don't know how I want to deal with this currently. I feel like we should do a similar thing to the quote idea where there's like a channel in Discord or something, and it just updates that Discord channel, and then when somebody wants to get the entire list, it'll just send them a link to that Discord channel. Could do it that way. Not sure. Not sure how I should do that. Can I turn up the background music just a little bit? Don't want it to be too... Oop, hang on. just a little bit lower. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Enable command. So this is a functionality that I have not implemented yet. So if I take a look over here, these are all like the Stonebot. You can see script interface. So these are like the things that Stonebot can do from your scripts. So you got 3 different loggings, and you can send a chat message and you can reply, which the reply is effectively the same as chat, except it automatically fills in the reply parent message ID for you to automatically reply to whatever message was sent. So you can see, for example, the !YouTube command. It just replies to whoever typed in the command with a link to my YouTube channel. Whereas the regular chat command, or the regular chat function, you could, make it so that it doesn't reply to anybody, or you could, store a previous message ID for some reason and then reply to it later on. Don't know why you would do that, but hey, it's a functionality. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, right. So the enable command, disable command. So you could, like, I can just hit the power button on these and disable them. And you could do that automatically before. You cannot do that currently. I do plan on implementing the API for it, or like this interface for it eventually, but that's not part of this release yet. So I am going to not bother implementing this enable command. And there's a couple of others. Yeah, there's disable command, enable message, enable timer, disable timer, quote. Is there anything I was doing special here, or was it legit just, let's just print out this with the broadcaster's username. Yeah. There's nothing there. Oh, I can collapse this stuff in the GitHub editor? That's kind of sick. Actually, I knew you could do this. I forgot. Okay. Add quote. I don't think I'm missing any kind of functionality here. It's implemented pretty much the same way. Delete quote is something different. I guess we could implement this. Okay, why do these... I maybe need to adjust some of this music, because they have slightly varying volumes. Delete quote. So I feel like one of the things that I want to do is like make reading and writing to a file. I kind of want to put that in its own thing. Excuse me. So for example, just out here, like, I don't know, custom data io.py, something like that, right? I'll just grab this, right? Like def. Get custom data. Of course, it's not formatted correctly. What did I need to import? OS and JSON. Okay. That's fine. File path we'll take in as a parameter here. Or you know what? We can just take a file name rather, probably. File name. Which is a string. This is just going to return... It's going to return some kind of JSON object. What does this say it returns? Any? Okay, I guess I'll specify any then. That's not what I thought would happen. Do I need to like import typing? From typing, import any? Okay. Weird that I have to import that, but okay, sure. So then I can say file name here. So this quotes object. Don't care about. Don't care about this either, and then we can just literally say return this. And then, you know, obviously if we don't return this, then we'll just return none. And then let's go to the add quote, because I want to grab this, and I want to say def save, save custom data file name, which is a string, and then some object here. I don't really know. It's just anything, right? It's just anything. Okay, temp file. What are we doing with temp file here? Oh, I see. So we do still need to grab the file path and stuff here. So let's actually make this something that's up here. We'll say, well, let's rename it to something more useful. We'll say custom data directory path. Here we go. So I don't need this. I can just throw this in here. Don't need that. File name can be right there. Okay. Temp file. What are we doing with temp file again? It's just this. Okay. Let's actually call this temp file path. And then we're gonna JSON dump. What does this F do again? I don't know. At one point I knew what this was supposed to represent. Supports write? Okay. Don't know. But this is like, I think it's called an atomic save or something to that. It's like atomic something. Basically what it does is it saves all of the data to a temporary file, and then it replaces the actual file with the temporary file. So instead of like overwriting the contents of the actual data with the new data, it just creates a whole new file, puts the new data in it, and then replaces the original file. And that way, if for whatever reason there's some issue with actually writing to the file, we can still maintain our existing data, right? We don't, like, something doesn't get screwed up. I think that's really all I want from this. Just doing a quick scan because I copy pasted stuff relatively quickly, so I just want to make sure I'm not like missing anything here. Excuse me. I mean, it should be okay, right? So then if I say add quote, instead of doing this, I'll say, let's import custom data IO. Or we'll actually say from custom data IO, import get custom data and save custom data. We're gonna need both for this file. So that's fine. Don't actually need all of this stuff. We can just say quotes equals get custom data. It's gonna be quotes.txt. And then I'll just say if quotes is none. Is that how Python does it? Then set it equal to an empty array here. Just in case this fails for whatever reason. Format. Just in case this fails for some reason, at least we can still have a value to work with here. And then this guy, again, we can go save custom data quotes.txt, and we're saving the list of quotes here. Okay, and we don't actually need this stuff in this file because it's all right here. Do I need this extra spacing here? I don't remember the... Okay, so I don't need it there, but I need it above the def. Okay, that's fine. Let's test it out, I guess. So this is the current list of quotes here. So if I go exclam add quote, whoops, that's not how you spell that. Add quote test. Okay, it failed for some reason. Let me open up the logs here. What happened? No module named custom data IO. Oh, I have to put it in lib, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying. Yes. Okay. Sure, man. Do whatever you need. Did it? Oh, lib.custom. Okay, interesting. So now if I try it again, it still didn't work. No module named lib custom. What? If I just get rid of that. I mean, my thing is gonna get me interesting. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So Stonebot's code is wrong then. That's a little bit annoying, but yeah, I can't really think of a workaround. What am I... Can I duplicate this guy? Go into UI rework here. Huh? Oh. Should be... Oh, scripting, that's right. Python script interface. Okay, it's not there. Script runner. Yeah, here we go. No, this guy. There we go. Search paths. Script lib path. Okay, so I probably should update to that to just be not the lib path specifically, but just like this scripts folder. That way it can see everything in here. Cause yeah, this is a little bit annoying. Like ideally I would like this to where is it? Give me that guy and put him out here. Ideally I'd like it to be out here. I think this is the workflow that should be what it is. So let's actually make that update. Because I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be a little bit annoying. Stonebot. Are we still configured alpha? Yeah, okay. Okay, so what was it? Scripting, script runner, scripts path, script. Should be scripts path, not scripts lib path, I believe. Let's go to these constants here. Yeah, scripts lib path. I think I could just delete that. Let's clean rebuild. Okay. We'll do the full shebang here. Yeah, those warnings are fine. Kind of expected. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, succeeded. Sweet. Take me here. Let's run this guy. Just see if it works. Connect me. You are connected. Take me into the quotes. Alright, let's try again. No, it did not work. Same issue. Oh, no module named OS. Really? Do I have to specify that it's this folder and the lib like it doesn't automatically check children folders? Okay, let's go back. Constants. Add that back. I guess we just do both. That's so bizarre. I mean, like, async IO. Okay, there's an init.py. I see. So that's how it's like doing. It's searching these inner folders here. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. This should work though. I feel like. Alright, looks like it succeeded. Okay, let's try this. Connect. Alright, try it again. There we go, alright. And it's right here, alright. So that seems like it works. I would like to try something here. So if I were to say, why is it being weird here? Okay, there we go. Whoops. It wasn't coloring in properly just because I had moved the files around, I guess. So like what happens if I try to get data from a file that doesn't exist yet? Just out of curiosity. So custom data. So this is the folder that it should be messing with. So it's actually, yeah. Let's not save it to the quotes.txt. And actually just to, yeah, just to be safe, we'll make a copy of that file. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so it does create it, and it does add it. Okay, neat. So that works perfectly fine. I'm gonna yeet that file. If I were to get the correct list of quotes, but then try saving it to a file that does not exist, right? Test.txt does not exist yet. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah, so it works as expected. Okay, neat. I'll get rid of that as well. Okay. Sweet. Okay. That's really cool. So now we've got this generic way to save and retrieve data here, which is good because now I can do a similar thing over here, except I only need the get custom data for this guy. And I can say this. Okay. Do all that stuff, and that should still work. So if I do exclaim quote, I don't know, 54. I don't know what that one is. I am the TAS. All right, exclaim quote 80. Still in the green. All right, sweet, that works. You'll love to see it. I am gonna need to make this adjustment to the release though. Let's say add scripts path to package search. Okay. Okay, so that the release that's currently on GitHub is out of date now, but I can worry about that later. For now, back to what we were originally trying to do, which is this delete quote. New command. Delete quote. I'll make it so that moderators can use it. Okay, it's currently disabled. Let's edit this. And then I want similar functionality here. Actually, I want similar functionality to this one, right? I don't need these imports anymore. That's right. Nice. So let's just copy this. Right, we get our list of quotes. If there aren't any quotes yet, sure, that's fine. We try to get, this will be delete quote. So we try to get the number of the quote that's attempting to be deleted. If we fail, pick a quote from this, exclaim delete quote. Okay, and then we check to see if it's in range, and if it is, we actually don't want to like print it out, we just want to literally delete it. So quotes dot remove. Like, is this how you're supposed to use it? Remove. Value. I don't think that's right. I'm gonna Google it because I don't know Python, dude. Python remove element from array. How do you do this? Pop? Doesn't, I thought pop like almost always removed the thing at the end. I guess you can use it as an index, or you can pass it an index as well. Okay, interesting. Yeah, but that'd just work. So we can say quote index -1 here. right? Because this is like the literal, yeah. You know what? We can actually just subtract 1 from this, right? And then say if it's less than 0, or if it's greater than or equal to num quotes. And then it's like, it is the exact index. We don't have to do any weird math stuff with it. I kind of want to do the same thing here, where we'll say -1. And then if it's less than 0 or greater than or equal to num quotes, and then we don't have to subtract from this. Okay. I'm a fan. So then we can just reply and say like, quote, whoops, quote index, and okay, ironically we're gonna have to add 1 to this, deleted, but that's fine. I'll say delete quote here. There we go. Help, that's fine. And then we save it as well. Gotta remember to do that. Okay. We append and save, we pop and save. Okay. Let me set to moderator. So let me turn that on. We can test it out here. So I'm gonna say exclam add quote test. There it is, number 85, and then delete quote. If I just don't say anything, actually, again, I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna make a copy of the file just before something happens. Okay, yeah, it does properly make me pick, and then if I say delete quote 85, quote 85 deleted. And it looks like that's correct. Let's compare it to the copy. Okay, yeah, the copy has the word test. I'm basically perfect except for when I'm not. Yep. Okay, nice. All right, sweet. Check that off the list. Yeah, I do think I want it to be mod only. I don't think I want VIPs to be able to remove quotes. Okay, and then edit quote. Yeah, so we can like change exactly what the quote was supposed to say. Oops. Sorry, just double checking to make sure this is all correct. Okay. All right. Let's create a new command here. Edit quote. Sounds good. Moderators can use that. We'll edit the script here, and it's actually going to be very similar to this guy. So I'll just go ahead and copy paste it here. Edit quote 1. Edit quote. Okay. So we fetch the list of quotes, yada yada. There are no quotes yet. edit quote. So this one we actually need to be a little bit careful, because the way that I want this formatted is essentially like you would type exclam edit quote 2, and then, you know, this is the new quote, something like that. So I need to basically test to see where the first 2 spaces are, because before what I was doing is just saying, okay, hey, here's how many characters there are supposed to be in the first bit of the command, you know. Just get that onwards. But, yeah, we're actually gonna need to find the next space. So let's just say, so we have message text. Let's say params text, something like this. Grab that guy, put it over here. So this will effectively be like the rest of the command. So it'll be like the number 2 onwards, right? So it'll store that bit, right? So then, in theory, all I need to do is find the first instance of the space character and just, like, you know, substring based on that. So let me Google this, because there's probably some, like, really cheap, easy way to do this. It is Python after all. Substring until first space. I don't really know how to phrase this, I'll be honest. Split. Okay, I mean, okay, let's do this. Let's say this is gonna be weird. Quote index, which is like the index of the index into the string at which we find the quote index. So it's like, it's called quote index. It makes sense, all right? We're just looking for a space character. Yo, what's up, Clortax? How's it going? I'm messing around with commands, if you couldn't already tell based on, you know, the text that's right below me. Currently trying to figure out how to edit a quote. I've got the regular quote command, I've got add quote, I've got delete quote. Now I'm working on editing a quote. So let's do something interesting here. So it's say thing equals params text, and then we'll go up until quote index. Do you have more than just my music in the background, or is all just mine on repeat? I'm pretty sure it's just yours on repeat. Yeah, it's all you. I have not added any other background music. I mean, there's a good, what, 7 songs? Yeah, there's 7 songs in here. it's a decent variety, you know? Plus it's just supposed to be like background noise. You're not supposed to like jam out to it or anything. Not that it's not jamming out music. I'm just, you know, I'm okay. I'm gonna stop digging myself a hole here. Let's chat out thing. Just for now. And then let's return, because I don't actually want to do the rest of this stuff yet. I haven't gotten to it. So basically the problem that I'm trying to solve is I want to be able to type in a command like this, right? Exclamation point edit quote, and then you give it the number of the quote that you're trying to edit, and then you can just give it what you want the new quote to be. And so what I can do is I can basically say, okay, cut out the first part of the command, right? This exclamation point edit quote and then the space. And so that'll give me all the rest of this. And now I need to basically find the first instance of a space character and then try to interpret, you know, the remaining characters as a number. So I just want to see if that's happening correctly. Trust me, you can never judge my creations more than I judge them myself. That was not what I was trying to do. It's just, you know, they're intentionally chill music, you know? Like, that's the whole point. That's why I like having it as background music. That was my point. You know, okay, whatever. Anyway, so is this turned on? It is not turned on. Okay, let's turn that on. And then let me try typing exclam edit quote. Actually, do I have quote? I'm gonna close these guys. How do I scroll to the side here? Okay. Okay, I need to actually add a test. Add quote test. So we'll just, there we go. We added a test quote here. Now let's say exclam edit quote 85 new test. Okay, and it prints out 85. Perfect. So it's now capable. I'm gonna close out some of these. Okay, so it's now capable of identifying the number that you type in, which is perfect. Now I just have to try and interpret it as I'm gonna turn it off again real quick. We need to actually interpret it as a number rather than just a string of characters. So I'm gonna say quote index equals int, and we'll say params text. I'll actually just copy this. Yo, what's up, CDOM? Thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate it. Just in case you're just showing up, I'm working on the edit quote command. So you can do exclamation point add quote, you can do exclamation point delete quote, just exclamation point quote, and so now I'm trying to make edit quote. So we should have the quote index here. Checking the bounds is okay. So I should be able to say like new quote is equal to params text quote index to the rest of it. So just out of curiosity, let's do stonebot.chat. Do an F string here, and it's gonna print out the new quote in quotation marks. and then just return, because I don't want it to actually do any of the rest of the stuff yet. Okay, let's turn that back on. I barely tune in. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We like the lurkers here. Okay, so what happens now if I do this? Okay, so it does include the space character. That's what I was really looking for. So instead of just doing this, what I need to do this is add 1 here, so it'll skip over that extra space character. And now it should contain the actual new quote. Okay. And I can probably, let's say, I'm gonna turn that off real quick. Old test. Actually, what did that do? Did that do anything? I don't know. Oh, no, because I have it set to moderator only. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I was a little bit concerned there, but I forgot I set it so that it's moderator only. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, just double checking to make sure all the rest of it's okay. Okay, so we grab the quote index by parsing the message here. Our new quote is the rest of it. Then I can just say quotes index quote index is equal to new quote. Right? Then we can get rid of this. We can save the file, and then we can say edited. This quote has been edited. Edited. Okay. I think that's good, right? Should be good. Let me turn it back on. And now let's watch out for quote number 85. It's 85 because the first line in this file starts with an open bracket. So this is quote 85. I have it set to moderator only. Or not moderator only, but like mods and up. Give me mod? Whoa. Okay, we don't need to get that violent. Just you know, you can put the firearm down. It's okay. Hey, there we go. Nice. Okay, and if I try and do like some quote that's like super far away, pick a quote, nice. And then if I just like don't put a number at all, yeah, okay, it still tells me I need to pick one. Nice. Now we need to add AI to it. Maybe. So one of the interesting things about IronPython, which is the package that I'm using to actually like execute the Python code from within C# code, is like some of the C-based Python packages aren't compatible, which includes some of the packages that are like very commonly used in AI development. Which is not to say that it's not possible, it's just that I would have to do some kind of weird hacky solution. We do not need packages. Yeah, I'll create the packages myself. We'll create an AI from scratch completely. Just give me a box of wires and transistors and like a couple hours and maybe some snacks, and I'll whip you up an AI. My AI implementation is pure HTTP. I do not like using SDKs. Fair enough. No, I thought you were suggesting we just create one. You know, we could train and create one. But no, we gotta use somebody else's? Makes it a little bit less exciting. Okay, there's probably a way to make this cleaner. But, I mean, hey, it works. I'm fine with it. Alright, sweet. I don't even know how to do so. I wish I could, so I could make NSFW AI. Okay, alright. Those are freely available, but don't ask me how I know. Okay, feed. Here we go. Here's a little bit more of an exciting command. Wow, there's a lot of logic here that I don't remember. Okay. Imagine a Twitch for +18 content where you have chatbot. I'm pretty sure there are sites like that. I'm not gonna not naming names, but I'm pretty sure that exists. Usually open source models, but I don't even know how to retrain them or host them. Fair enough. Okay, how did I do this? So I stored a date time object of like how long it had been since the last use. And then I implement some funky equation here to determine whether or not the cat barfs when you feed it too much. Okay. So I suppose first things first, let's create a feed command. I'm gonna limit it to myself for now, so that I can test it, and then let me edit the script. Here we go. And then I will release it for you guys to be able to do it. So let's say def feed. Don't care about its return type. For now, let's just do this, and then we'll call the function, format it. Fantastic. Wait, so you telling me that I can make a command on Stonebot that is like 500 megabyte size, that when you call it, it creates a different type of application that can let you do different stuff? Not quite. So when you create a command in Stonebot, all it does is like under the hood it creates some data, so it like keeps track of the name of the command and whatever, and then it'll look for the files that share the same name in this scripts folder. So it's just like in your local app data, right? It'll create a Stonebot folder, it'll create a scripts folder for you, and then this commands folder, and it'll like automatically generate these files, which you can then obviously go in and edit. But all of the scripts are run from Stonebot, so like this application runs the scripts themselves. So you're not like creating new applications, you're just like running Python scripts basically. It is Python, so technically I can have a backend server run when you use a command that will open more routes and ports. Yeah, exactly. So when Stonebot is closed, it would close the servers. I mean, you might have to implement some more functionality for it. Because there's not like... It's not going to run a script when you close Stonebot. It's only going to run a script when it detects that somebody has typed in a particular message in chat. I mean, obviously it's open source, so you can, you know, take it and do what you want with it, but somebody would have to like type a command, and then yeah, you could start up a server, and then if somebody typed in a different command, you could close the server. Which is kind of the whole idea with Stonebot, is that, you know, you can make it do whatever you want, and Stonebot itself is basically just, you know, the thing that converts a chat message into running a script. So that was kind of the whole point, is that you could do like super complicated stuff with it. Okay. Exactly, let's say a user does exclam server commands, and it spins up a server with root/commands that give you whatever commands is when you do a curl get request. Yeah, exactly. Now, you know, you know, still practice safety and whatever. You know, you got to be careful about injection or whatever. But yeah, at the end of the day, Stonebot is just executing arbitrary code, basically. Which makes it unique, right? Now, I, as the developer of the bot, get to determine what code it executes, so it's not like, you know... When I say arbitrary code execution, that's not like a security vulnerability or anything. It's like, you know, I'm the one that gets to determine what this does. And anybody that uses Stonebot, they are the ones that determine what code executes, right? You can't like... There's no hacking stuff going on. I just forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, like that was the idea behind this version of Stonebot, is that you can just set up commands and then it'll run basically arbitrary code when a user types something in chat. I don't understand CS language. CS computer science or C as in C#? I would assume computer science in general. But yeah, the whole idea is that you could do like really crazy, you know, basically whatever you want kind of stuff. Oh, that's right. I was making the point that Stonebot is unique in that it's capable of running arbitrary code, because you can't do that with other bot tools, like for example Nightbot. You can configure that to a certain extent to be able to like respond to certain chat messages, but you can't have, you know, any customizable thing that you want, because obviously Nightbot runs on Nightbot servers, like servers owned by the company behind Nightbot. And so they obviously don't want you to be able to run arbitrary code on their servers. That would be a bad idea. So Stonebot is not necessarily a bot in and of itself. It's just the software that lets you write your own bot. It's kind of the way that I like to phrase it. Even though the GitHub repository says otherwise, which I need to update that, but you know, that's a whole different thing. I want to create my own language where you can have code and the user codes in my own language, because eval is a security nightmare. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of neat. So like the Stonebot executable itself is 93,000 kilobytes, which is, you know, a little bit big maybe for an exe. And then it also comes with, you know, Python libraries that you can, you know, throw in here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. At least I think. Like either you have Scratch like experience or a DOM script experience. Yeah, for I can't remember the name of it, but I know there's like a Discord bot tool that has that sort of like drag and drop sort of idea to it. Which I don't know if that has like certain restrictions on like what you can and can't do. But the whole idea behind Stonebot was that there's basically no restrictions. You could write whatever code that you want. Obviously, it's up to the person that uses the tool to make sure that you're not like opening yourself up to security vulnerabilities, but you know, that's a problem for the user to figure out. Like Godot that made GDScript based on JS. Yeah. Although I thought GDScript was more based on Python than JavaScript. Because like they do stuff based on indentation and you know, or at least I don't know. I feel like it's much more closer to Python. Oh, it is my okay, yeah. I forgot the awful indentation. It's like a mix of both, yeah. Oh right, that's right. Okay, I need to let's from custom data IO. Wait, let's import get custom data, save custom data. So first thing we need to do is like get the feed data, right? Get custom data. We'll just call the file feed.json. Should it be a different file extent? JSON is probably fine. All right, so if there is existing data, we'll get it from here. If there's not, so if feed data is none, then we'll just say it's equal to just an empty object here, I guess. I just want my bot to become universal, meaning there is normal stuff, and then if there's an actual custom language I make, to have it like a plugin marketplace where user can create their own stuff. Yeah, that'd be sick. Because that sounds very similar to what Godot does also, where they've got, I don't know if they have it like accessible within the engine itself, but yeah, they've got like a whole community of people that make packages and put it all in one place, and it's pretty cool. Or plugins rather, sorry. I did packages, plugins, you get the idea. Okay, so what am I gonna need? I'm gonna need the time that it was last used. What did I call it in my old version? Seconds since last use. Feed command dot last used. Okay, I guess I'll just call it like last used. I'm forgetting how to do this. Does it need to be wrapped in? Okay, I guess so. Do something like this. Okay. So last used, how do I get like the current date time? Python get current date time. I was also thinking of learning Lua because it goes into anything, so that way I just need to make safety around Lua instead of making my own compiler. That's true. That's one of the languages that I considered when I was, you know, first coming up with the idea for Stonebot, Because obviously the whole idea behind this is that it executes arbitrary scripts. And so Lua was one of the languages that I was considering. And then I found out about IronPython and was like, wow, this is just like exactly what I wanted. And Python's a relatively more powerful language, so I'll use that. Yeah. Because the other thing is that I don't know, I'm relatively more familiar with Python than Lua. So it was also kind of a decision of like, well, I could learn Lua and then try and decide whether or not to use it, or I could just use this readily available thing. All right, datetime.now, is this a thing? Construct a date time from time.time and optional time zone info. Okay. I'm going to assume that that's correct. I'll just say last used equals feed data index last used. Stonebot dot chat. String date time. So last used is a date time, right? Last used dot day hour fold. What? What is this, poker? How do I want to do this? Let's actually just save it, right? Yeah, I'll keep that line of code, but let's just do save custom data to feed.json. Let's actually do feed data. There we go. And then I want to save that data to it. Okay. Yeah, because even with Dragonfly DB, which is a key-based DB, it lets you use Lua to create extra functionality without digging into the source code and stuff. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. I don't think I've heard of that before. Dragonfly DB? I'm gonna Google it real quick. Dragonfly DB? In-memory data store built for massive workloads. Lightning fast in-memory data store. Huh. Slash costs. Oh, dang. That's pretty cool. I'm folding my time. I wasted a Monday pair, and I've got a Wednesday and Thursday ace cards. I don't know what that's even supposed to do. Like, dot fold? What is this? It's an integer. What does that mean? What is fold? Okay. I'm self-hosting Dragonfly DB because of the drama of Redis. I was like, nope, and saw Dragonfly DB, and I was like, I like it. What's the drama with Redis? I don't know that I know about that. But yeah, Dragonfly DB seems cool. Okay. Let me power this guy on. And let's just see what happens. So I want to take a look at my custom data folder here. So if I type exclam feed, I should see interesting. Was there an error? Oh. Type error exception. Date time is not serializable. Okay. Yeah, sure. I didn't change anything. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Wait, why is it not serializable? Dot second? No, because that's just like the current second, right? Yeah, that's not like the seconds. Hang on. Python seconds since epoch. It's just a function called time. Epoch time is just this. Okay. Sure, man. Import time. Awesome. I now control all time. It's just what? Time dot time? Is that what this is? Return the current time in seconds since the epoch. Fractions of a second may be present if the system clock provides them. Interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's kind of what I wanted. Huh. They went from OS to code available, open source to code available, to requiring making your code public if you use Redis, to back to open source because of the backlash, and now there's a ton more key-based DB like Valkey, Dragonfly DB, whatever Amazon made, and much more because of the Redis going closed source for a few months. Dang. Epoch is the... Oh. Sorry, it censored something. I don't know what that is. Epoch is the blank UTC date millisecond thing in JS. Yeah, I mean, it's just what is it, like 1997? It's like January 1st, 1997 or something like that. Epoch time. Oh, sorry, 1970. January 1st, 1970 is epoch. So yeah, I can just do this. Instead of storing some complicated date time value, I'll just store this number of seconds. Which should be fine. So now let's see what happens. Whoops. If I do this. Go back to custom data. Okay, now we have feed data.json, which contains this. Nice. Okay. And it does do fractional seconds. Nice. Okay. So we have stored the number of seconds since the epoch of the time that this was last used. Phenomenal. Okay, what's the other piece of data that we want? Seconds since last use, and we also want the current feed count and the person with the feed record, I believe. So count. And so, okay, so we're assuming that we don't have any data here, so this is just going to be 0. And then record, we'll say record holder. And then this is just going to be no one. So should I do none, or should I just do an empty string here? Let's do none to start out. I feel like that makes more sense. Okay. So then we can say feed count equals feed data count and record, whoops, holder equals feed data record holder. Okay. I don't know whether or not we're gonna need this info, but I figure might as well. Let me just make sure that that serializes properly before we get any further. So let me type this again. Did not work. Oh, because feed data is not none. Whoops. Okay, hang on. Let me yeet the feed data and then try again. Alright, here we go. What does it look like? Okay. No. Phenomenal. That's kind of what we want. Get rid of these quote commands here. There we go. I can also get rid of this quote. Okay. So now I gotta figure out, I gotta make sense of this equation here. So we're picking a random number. I have no idea what this means. So I'm grabbing the number of seconds since it was last used. And then what? I'm picking a random number between that. Oh, okay. So like let's say I type exclamation point feed, I wait 3 seconds, and then I type it again. I think what that means is there's going to be a 1 in 6 chance that it barfs. Because we're multiplying by 2. And if there's been over 100 seconds since I last typed exclamation point feed, it'll just default to 1 in 100 chance of barfing. So every second that passes, there's 2 times that amount. It's like 1 in 2 times the number of seconds that has passed. Probability that the cat will barf. Interesting. What? So the command exclamation point feed, what it used to do is you could feed a cat, right? And it would have this little emote and say the cat has been fed blank number of times. But if you fed the cat too quickly, then it would barf and it would print out these emotes. So I was just trying to work out what the probability of the barfing is. And I think I've got it figured out. So like if you wait 2 seconds before typing feed again, it'll be a 1 in 4 chance to barf. If you wait 3 seconds, it'll be 1 in 6 chance. If you wait 4 seconds, it'll be 1 in 8 chance. So it goes up by 2 every second that you wait. And then if you type exclamation point feed 2 times within 1 second, then it's basically guaranteed to barf. Oh, feed like feeding? I thought feed as in news feed. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, we're just feeding a cat. Okay, so now I gotta figure out how to do that in Python. I think first things first is getting this variable called seconds since last use. Seconds since last use. That's gonna be equal to time.time minus last used. So whatever the current time is minus however many seconds, you know, the number of seconds that we stored when the last time we used this thing. And then it's random. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google this because I don't remember how Python's random function works. It's not off the top of my head. Okay, so there's a rand int. So if I say import random, I can say random.randint and then say like 0 to 100, and that'll generate a number from 0 to 100, and it includes 0 from 100 according to this. Hang on, randint. Yes, both included. Okay. Okay. So that's basically the same thing I had here. So I take the number of seconds since last used, multiply it by 2, and then clamp it to 100. So from 0 to, and then is there like a min function here? What does this do? With a single iterable argument, return its smallest item. With 2 or more positional. Okay, I assume this is going to work the way that I think it will. So we're going to pick a random number. So seconds since last use. We'll multiply by 2 here. Okay. So we're picking a random integer between 0 and whatever this works out to be, which is basically the number of seconds since we last used the feed command, multiply by 2. And then if it's been like absolutely forever, aka over 100 seconds, it'll just max out at 100. I think that's good. So seconds since last use. Yeah, this is a float, so what I might have to do is do this, just to make sure that this is absolutely an integer. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it off for now, actually, and then if Stonebot throws an error, then I know I probably need to add that back. So let's just then say if that happens to be 0, we want to barf, right? Sometime in the future we need to barf, and then actually we need to return, right? No, we don't want to return. Let's do this. Let's just say should barf equals this. right? And then we have some logic here to say whether or not we should barf. And then at the very end, we need to update some of this stuff. So like, for instance, feed data index last used equal time. And then feed count and record holder need to update depending on whether or not we should barf. So let's say if should barf, and then we'll do something here, and then we'll say else, and then do another thing here. Okay, so if we don't want to barf, what did we do in the past? So this is the barf code. Let's just assume that we don't want to barf. So we increase the feed count, and then we check to see if we need to update the record. Oh, that's right. We also need a feed record. Oops. So not just the current count, but the record count. Record count. That's also going to be 0. By default, of course. Okay, so we'll say if feed count is equal to, give me record count. Record count. So we have not incremented feed count yet. So if it's equal to record count, then we know we're setting a new record. So that means we need to say record count plus equals 1, and the current feed count plus equals 1. Actually, feed count needs to plus equals 1 anyway, so I'll just do that, and then we can change this to say if it's greater than was feed count. And then we also need to update the record holder, and that's just going to be whoever sent the chat message. So stonebot dot message data dot chatter. Say chatter login, or let's do chatter username or log. I don't remember what the difference is. Well, let's use the username. That's probably a better idea. Okay. So we update the feed count, we update the records if they need to be updated. I don't actually need this part, I don't think, at least for this command. Okay. So we've updated all the data that we need, right? Now we actually need to send the chat message. Chat message looked like this. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this. Oops. I keep forgetting what tab I need. Okay, so stonebot.chat. This will be an F string. So let's see what we need. Okay. The cat has been fed feed count S if this, else that in a row. Okay. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't be updating these. Well. Yeah, that's fine, I think, actually. Say last used this. Yeah, I will have the record holder here. Just because I feel like it makes it a little bit easier to like see visually what's going on. Okay. So now we need to say feed data is equal to this. I'll just grab all these guys. Except that's actually fine. Feed count, record count, record holder. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that should take care of the situation where it does not barf. For this, let's see what we were doing in the past here. So we were sending a message. We set the current feed count to 0. Okay, that's a good call. Feed count equals 0. Glad I looked at that because I probably would have forgotten to do that. And then it was this message here. And we can mess with this, right? We don't. It doesn't have to be the same text here. Chatter username. Yeah. Okay. So let's. Chatter username. I'll set that to this. That way I don't have to type out this long string multiple times. I'll just replace that with this. What just happened? Okay. I'm not sure what that was about. You fed the cat too many crayons. Okay. I mean, I think that's it, right? Let's test it. Should work first try, right? All right, I'll delete this feed data because don't need it right now. All right. Anybody can use exclamation point feed. Go ham. See what happens. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Okay, well that's not a good start. What happened? Where are my log files? Hang on. What happened? F string expecting close bracket? Oh, is it because of this weirdness? If I use single quotes here. That might fix it. Try it again. Okay. What happened this time? Non-integer stop for rand range. That's what I called out earlier. That is what I called out earlier. Okay, I'm glad we got that error message. There we go. That should fix it. That should fix that error. Let's try it again. Third time's the charm. Okay, I don't know why it barfed. That should have been a 1 in 100 chance of happening. So I don't know why it did that. Oh wait, maybe no. Actually, maybe because it was the first time it was used. Hang on. Did I get any additional error message, or was it just, yeah, no, non-integer. Okay, so no error happened. What does the feed data look like? Okay, so it still thinks there's nothing here. Hey, there we go. Nice. And now it says you're the record holder. Sweet. Okay, is it gonna barf? maybe it's not gonna barf anymore. I don't know what. If you're doing it relatively fast, then it should be somewhat common. Let me see. All right, hang on. Give me a second here. I'm gonna disable it real quick. Because I want to do, let's do some debugging. Okay, seconds since last use. So let's just, I should be logging it, but it's significantly more fun just to have Stonebot say it in chat. Okay, let's just see what happens here, right? And let's also actually say yeah, let's just return. Let's just have Stonebot say how many seconds have passed since the last time feed was used. Let's just see what happens. All right, it's back on. Because this ginormous number is a little bit difficult to understand. Oh, I should actually also... Oh, why is it not working? Is it getting mad because that's not technically a string? Yeah, expected string got float. Okay, dude. Okay, you couldn't figure out how to just... Great. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I should also... Let's actually just comment this out instead of returning, because I should still, like, update the feed data. Okay. Should be good now. I say half expecting it to blow up. Oh, okay. 170 seconds is what it thinks. And then 6 seconds. Okay, yeah. 6.9. Nice. Perfect timing. 4. Okay. So that makes sense, right? So, all right, hang on. I'm gonna turn it off. So now let's see here. Random int. Let's grab our equation here and then say, okay, Stonebot, chat out our random integer. Then I'll turn it back on. So now what it should print out is a random number between 0 and 2 times the second since the last use. Like, I'm wondering if there's, I don't know. $17, okay. 0, 2, 2, 1. How is it generating numbers that high? Do I need to make second since last use an integer first? Like, do I need to do this? And then I can get rid of that. Get rid of it here. See what happens now. Okay, now it generates zeros. Okay. All right, cool. So, yeah, I guess I need to cut off the decimal points, because I assume what it was doing is it was considering it like, you know, half a second was passing, so not even a full second. It was multiplying it by 2, and then it was like, oh, I can generate a random number between 0 and 1, and I'll just not pick 0 for whatever reason. I don't know. Can I at least have VIP when testing, because I can't spam the same? Oh, yeah, hang on. Oh, here it is, add no. You're CDOM 201, right? There you go. Did it work? Founder. Nice. Welcome to the VIP gang. Gritty goose. All right. Well, now that works, let's do this, shall we? Now I need to upgrade to mod someday. I feel like I have too many mods, is the thing. I feel like over half of the people that regularly show up are already mods. I don't know, I could be wrong about that. But okay, you currently have the record at 8. It should theoretically work now. If you would like to spam. All right, there we go. So you're still the record holder, and the record count is still at 9, but the current count is at 0. You fed the cat too fast. You know what? That should be the message. You fed the cat too many crayons. You fed the cat too fast. There we go. There you go. Isn't that cool? I'm pretty sure that's it, right? I don't think there was any other functionality to that command. So the longer I wait, the more probable to feed? Yes, exactly. So you have to feed the cat slowly. And then whoever has fed it the most recently is the record holder. Like, if we get the count close to the record count. Excuse me. I don't remember who had the record before, but I'm pretty sure the record count was like 30-ish. It was like 38 or something. I'm going to win. But yeah, that should be everything. So yeah, anybody can use that one. That's fine. All right. I would say that's a finished command. What do you think? All right, so we've got, what have we got left? We've got feed record, we've got hug, lurk, Discord's already done, YouTube's already done, and that was it. Okay. Okay, so we've got 3 left. We've just got feed record, which basically just prints out who's the record holder. Does it stay per stream? Or what if I do 9 and then someone comes, do they get 10 or they start at 1? So it does stay over stream. Because it's saved to a file, and the file is not messed with off stream. Unless I go in and, manually mess with the numbers, but I'm not going to do that. And if somebody else comes along and gets the 10th one, it does overwrite. So they become the record holder. It's not per individual, it's just overall. Whoever... So that's kind of the thing, right? Is that if somebody comes in and feeds the cat and takes your record, you want the record back, but if you feed it too quickly, you risk making the cat throw up. And then you got to start all over again, So that's kind of the mind game stuff there. Why not make it per individual? Because there's only one cat. It's the number of times the cat has been fed, not the number of times you have fed the cat. All right. Feed record was the new command. Feed record. Yeah, sure. I'll make it so that viewers can use it here in a second, but let me just open this guy. And then I'm pretty sure it was just it was basically something super simple like this. Oh, I have to fetch the data though. So let me do this. Feed record. Yeah, I'll make it a function. Oops. Just because. Okay, I'll throw that into it. Record. The reason I like doing it this way, by the way, so the YouTube command, it just straight up replies to you. But with, some of these other ones, I'll create a function and then call the function. And the reason I do that is because, you know, let's say in delete quote, there aren't any quotes for you to, you know, for you to get or for you to delete. I just want to reply with there aren't any quotes yet and then immediately return. And I wouldn't be able to do this return thing if it was just all outside of a function, just like in the top scope of the script. Now, for this, it might be kind of pointless to do that, but I feel like I want to do it just in case, because I don't know what I'm gonna need quite yet. Custom data IO, import get custom data, and I don't need to save any custom data here, so I just need the get. Last used, yeah, so let's also import time. Okay. Yeah, so I kind of want to say from random import randint. That way I don't have to say random dot randint. Oh, why is it blue and not yellow? That's weird. And then I'll also do the same thing here, so I can just call time instead of doing time dot time. Sorry, I want to do a little bit of cleanup here. Okay, feed record. So I want to do the same thing here. From time, import time. There we go. My internet connection, but I'm here again. Okay, welcome back. Should make a record holder per channel too? What do you mean? Refactor. Okay, so I just want to print out the record holder stuff. So let me grab this. Oops. Okay, this one can be a reply. Whoops, reply. Let's make it an F string. Now I have 10. Nice. I have it that every person gets their own triggers survives data per user for Russian roulette. I mean, this is not like this is my own code here. Like, this is not for any user. This is just for my stream. Anybody else that wants to use Stonebot is gonna have to make their own scripts. So like the code that I'm writing in this script right now is just for me. If somebody else wants to make their own Russian roulette type thing, they can do that. I mean that now we need to create Russian roulette. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Feed record. Okay, so let's do record count by this person. Okay. And then, yeah, I don't really care about this stuff, so that's fine. Yeah, that's all good. Okay. Let's go back over here. Let's make it so that anybody can use this, and I'll turn it on. So when can I play chess against Stonebot? Not yet. Not yet. At some point. I didn't want to send the whole context. Oh, okay. Oh, now let's make Russian roulette. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that part. Okay, so now if you type exclam feed record. Nice. Sweet. All right, and that one's relatively simple, so I think that's pretty much all there is there. And then there's a hug command. Oh, that's right. That had a random chance of having your hug stolen, quote unquote. And it was just a 1 in 10 chance. Okay. Create that guy. How do you steal a hug? Very sneakily. Okay, so let me grab, whoops. I keep going to the wrong Visual Studio. Feed, let me grab this guy. So should steal hug. And this was from random import rand int. Why is it blue? It's a function. It should appear yellow. That's so bizarre. I mean, like, it's working properly. I just don't understand why it decided to do that. Okay. It's a random number between 0 and 10 inclusive, which actually means it's a 1 in 11. Not quite a 1 in 10. But that's fine. And then it sends this message. If should steal hug, put dot reply. Make that an F string. Let's actually say chatter username equals stonebot dot message data dot chatter username. There we go. Just makes it a little bit easier to fill that out. Okay, otherwise we'll reply. I habitually put a semicolon at the end of the line. Oops. Okay, otherwise cat kiss. Cat kiss. Cat hug. Cat kick. Cat punch. Cat kiss. Okay. And that should be it for that one. So let's enable that one, put it to viewer so anybody can use it. Oh, why does that... I just looked at the emoji you sent, Cortex. Why does it look so weird? That's such an odd shape for the raccoon emoji. Okay. All right, let's see it here. I used the iPhone emoji. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, we just got to use hug 11 times, and then on average, it should eventually get stolen. There it is. It got stolen by the raccoon. Nice. All right. Again, I think that's all we need for that one. And then the very last one is just exclamation point lurk. Lurk. And it should be just as simple as the other ones, where I can just say stonebot.reply, and then I don't need that. I can just say thank you for your presence. No F string or anything. That should be lurk. So I'll power that on. Anybody can use it. Test it out. Nice. All right. There we go. There's my big, beautiful bot. Or at least now we have all the same functionality that it had before. Pedro? Yeah, Pedro Jam. Please tell me you've heard that song before, right? Where they basically just say Pedro over and over. What song I was gone? The Pedro song that goes along with the emote, Pedro Jam. I'm gonna get a copyright strike if I upload the VOD with that song probably, so sounds familiar. Yeah, it's like I don't actually know how to describe the genre, but it's like rave music almost. Same commands of Stonebot V1 to V2. Pretty much, yeah. I think we got all of them, right? YouTube, Discord, lurk, hug, feed record, feed, edit quote, delete quote, add quote, quote. So the disable timer, enable command, stuff like that, that's not implemented yet. But that's just because I'm working with an alpha version. And also commands is not implemented yet. But that's for a completely different reason, because that's actually quite difficult to implement. But yeah. I'm noticing now probably one of the things that I want to do is add a border to like this thing here, this subheader, because you see how like the word add quote is like cut off a little bit, and it's like it's a little bit jarring because it's the same, like the color of the subheader is the same background color as the thing down here. So like, I don't know, it looks a little bit weird that it's just randomly cut off. So I feel like I should add a border there. And then also the styling of the scroll bar is a little bit weird for me. I haven't messed around with the styling of the scroll bar. So I should probably update that. But seems like it works pretty well. I mean, it only took 2 hours, but implemented all of this stuff. Seems pretty good. Yeah, delete quote, edit quote, both moderators. All this other stuff. Add quote is VIP. All this other stuff is viewer. Yeah. Seems good. All right. Well, I mean, that's kind of everything that I wanted to do. So I think what we might do is what I mentioned in Discord, which is switch over to Slay the Spire. Just trying to think, was there anything I needed to do? Not yet. I need to make another release because I did have to make an update to Stonebot itself, but I can do that after stream. Alright. Let me just close out of this stuff. STS? The never before seen Slay the Spire stream by yours truly. Let me update the stream info here real quick. Make it a little bit louder. Let me know if you can hear the game music right now, and if it's too loud or too quiet. Okay, I think that's good. Can't believe you're finally switching over to your other monitor, which is always running SDS. Yeah. Of course, yep. It's always doing that. Of course. Okay. If I remember correctly, Slay the Spire is sometimes a little bit weird. When I'm trying to use OBS. Oh snap, it worked. All right, we're in business. Sweet. Okay. Man, it has been a while, hasn't it? Okay. I'm gonna update Discord just because. Just because. Okay. So, what I would like to do, almost 500 hours. What I would like to do is unlock some of these achievements. Now, I've got most of them unlocked, except for 3, it looks like. These 2, and then this one at the very bottom. Now, I have a feeling the one at the very bottom is going to be relatively difficult for me to do, but these 2 might be a little bit easier. So, the one I kind of want to go for is Minimalist here. Beat the game with a 5-card deck or smaller. The other one, beat the game with a deck containing no uncommon or rares. Yeah, I don't know that I even want to like try doing both of them at the same time. I'll probably just go for this one. I just got an insane series of ads. I got an ad for the Veterans Crisis Hotline, followed immediately by an ad for the Marines. You've been watching a lot of military content? Why are they advertising to you? Alright. So no ascensions, no extra difficulty or anything. I'm just going to be trying to remove a bunch of cards from my deck. Now, obviously... Ooh, hello there. Obviously, if I want to actually, like, win... because that's part of the achievement, I'm gonna have to add cards to my deck. But for now, I need to remove, and I probably need to take basically every opportunity I can to remove. So we're gonna get that opportunity at shops here. There is this really early shop, which I think is okay to take. I'm gonna have to go through an elite no matter what if I want to take a shop. Let's go for the later shop so I can build up some more Monet, I think. Wait, which achievement? I wasn't paying attention. So I have to beat the game with 5 cards or fewer in my deck. So I basically have to take every opportunity I possibly can to remove cards. That's incredibly unfortunate. And I have to be very, very selective about which cards I add to my deck. 4 flexes and 1 bash. Please no. Please no. And it's like I have to... They have to be in this deck right here. So like Burning Pact, for example, it exhausts a card, which like temporarily removes a card from my deck. That does not count. It counts this number up here. I realize that I am in the way. Hang on, let me move my camera. I'm sorry. This number up here. This is what it's looking at. So let me this is gonna look weird, but I'll be over here so that you can actually like see the number of cards in my deck. Okay. I don't think I want anything here, but I will remove a card probably. Honestly, Body Slam might be decent. We could go for some kind of weird block build. I can't... Wait, am I $10 off being able to afford both of them? That kind of sucks. Oh, 13. Okay. I thought it was closer. Whatever. Who needs math? This is an unfun fight. Maybe I should have used Bash. Oh well, there's Bash. You should make it so that your face cam bounces around like the DVD logo. That way all parts of the screen are visible at some point. I should figure out how to do that. So there's a Slay the Spire streamer called Frost Prime that I watch. I mostly watch his YouTube videos. I don't really watch his streams so much. But whenever he gets a hype train, he has it set up so that there's a train that literally goes around like all the border of the screen, and his face cam follows it. So it's like he's on the train. It's kind of neat. I have no idea how you do something like that, but I feel like doing something like that would be cool. Okay, dual wield's like not bad, but I don't have anything to dual wield really. So I'm gonna have to say no. And I do want to take as many fights as I can, I think. Because it gives me additional money, and it provides me with as many opportunities as possible to get good cards. Aren't you the programmer? You should know how to do that. I mean, I can figure it out, but I don't already know how to do it. Like, in theory, I could tell you, like, how to do that. Yo, how's it going? Mid-millennial? Welcome, everybody. 29? Holy. I'm pretty sure that's my record. How's it going, everybody? How was your stream? I'm doing a challenge run. I'm trying to get some of the achievements. The first achievement that I'm going for here is the one where I have to beat the game with 5 or fewer cards in my deck. Hence the reason my face cam is like slightly off, because, you know, the cards over there. I gotta be able to show the card count, so. This is what my deck is looking like. I removed a couple of cards. I have yet to find a really, really good card, though. We did just find Clash, though, so that's fantastic. I'm kidding. Don't take Clash. Yeah, I can't really take anything, I don't think. Just did some Mega Bonk, nothing wild, small deck without Watcher. Watcher's not a character, alright? Watcher doesn't count. That doesn't count. It is very difficult to do this. I've tried some off-stream runs, and they did not go well. So yeah, ideally I should be using Watcher, but like, come on. That's not a real character. Doesn't count. It's basically cheating. That's fine. But I don't know. I like, kind of towards the beginning, I sort of felt like the Silent was like the second best for it. But they just start with so many cards. It's hard to do anything, really. Watcher stands in shambles. I'm sorry. If your favorite character is the Watcher, I have nothing against you. It's just, I do not enjoy playing the character. I'm sorry. Ooh, Rampage with a small deck? What's my map looking like? I've got, I mean, I need something for this elite, right? I don't think I can rely on my potions. Sure. Let's see what happens. Got a raid and run, though. Good luck. Thank you. I appreciate the raid, too. That was very kind. Have a good one. Do I just immediately upgrade Rampage? I mean, what else am I gonna do? Upgrade Bash, please. Please. Iron Chad, only good character. Okay, you know what? Iron Chad's a pretty good character, I will admit. But I think the Defect is probably my favorite. I want to use a potion here, but I don't know if I need to, really. I'm tempted, though. I'm tempted. I'm so sad that they took out the Defect for the second game. I haven't kept up with some of the more recent updates. I do know they pushed back the release date to sometime next year, I think. Which I'm a little bit sad about. Do I just attack here and tank the hits? Probably. I mean, I'm not defending that much next turn. Whatever, it's fine. Wow, I'm really not defending next turn. Okay, what does that do? 12 plus 8? Okay, so I can't kill you. I guess I'll just do this, huh? I need the Rampage to start rampaging. But yeah, like, the Silent would be a wow. Okay. The Silent would be a good character for something like this if they didn't start with 12 cards. Like, Ironclad starts with what? 8? Wait, does Ironclad start with 8? I think so, right? No. No, I'm dumb. How many cards does the silence start with? Am I losing my mind? I could have just killed this guy. Can I undo? Is there an undo button? Does Control Z work? I could have just killed this guy if I had... Okay. Ironclad is the closest thing to my strength builds in most ARPGs. Yeah, I mean, Ironclad's like the Mario of Slay the Spire. It's like pretty simple, straightforward, you know. Yeah, whatever. I'm taking way too much damage. This is doing 24 already. It's pretty good. I'm considering hitting this thing, hitting the one on the left, and then just double blocking. Problem is, I have 10 cards in my draw pile, and it's gonna take forever to redraw Rampage. 15 health. But you don't have an artifact, so in theory I could Bash Strike you. But that's not going to get rid of the 9 damage that's coming in for this other one. Plus that's assuming I don't draw a full hand of Dazes. So yeah, I guess I just do this. Alright, well. A little bit unfortunate. Draw me the Rampage, please. Okay, this is fine, actually. Still don't take damage. There we go. Alright. Ooh, Pantograph. Not bad. Ooh. Double tap with Rampage? Ooh. I think I have to, right? Why hit many times when I can just hit once really hard? Yeah, exactly. Although with this one, you gotta ramp it up. I gotta hit a lot of times in order to hit hard. Okay, I mean, I'm going for the shop anyway. I could probably survive 2 fights, right? The other question is, do I even need to upgrade double tap? Like, does it even really help? Like, what kind of a turn am I gonna have? Like double tap Rampage and then strike for 6 extra damage? I mean, I guess. What boss? Hexa. Could upgrade Bash? Just for that extra turn of vulnerable? I mean, probably, right? I never upgraded Defend or anything, I don't think. It's probably fine. Meal Ticket is insane, given the fact that we're trying to hit as many shops as possible. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, this actually might be fine. Now that I've upgraded Bash, I can hit you. I'm gonna take 8 damage here. Easy. All skill. Yeah. Okay. I guess I just have to tank the 8 damage. I mean, I'm healing a bunch back, right? Pantograph heals me at the start of the boss fight, and then meal ticket heals me when I enter the shop. So like, I'm kind of not doing too bad. All right, let's hit this. This works, right? Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. And then I guess I'm just taking more damage. Oof. Meal ticket negates 8? No. Meal ticket heals you when you enter a shop. That's what I meant before. Sorry if that was confusing. Oh, you're not dead. Okay. I didn't realize I was weakened. I probably should have realized that, but oh well. Alright, goodbye. Healing negates taken damage in a sense. I mean, you still have to take the damage. It's just that you get it back later on. Nah. Okay, this would be a phenomenal start if I wasn't taking 16 damage here. Because I drew both double tap and rampage, but like... if I triple defend, I only take 1 damage. I haven't gotten a potion in a while, so maybe I could use... I don't know. I don't want to use my skill potion now. I'm about to get 15 health back from entering the shop, but is that okay? I also have double campfire. Okay. Yeah, just go for this. I was just trying to say that taking 8 damage wasn't that bad because you would gain it back because of the meal ticket. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah, now that you have vulnerable, I'll just wait. That's fine. Never mind. I was really hoping to get rampage there. That sucks. Wait, it's fine. This just barely does enough damage. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I'm complaining for no reason. Yeah. Do I get rid of Gambler's Brew? I don't need energy, do I? Who needs energy? Shrug It Off is pretty good. I have to whittle this down to 5, though. Am I gonna get 5 opportunities to remove cards? I mean, probably. I don't know. I feel like Shrug It Off is too good here. Alright. Dropkick would be good if we didn't already have Rampage, because we could, like, set up a semi-infinite / infinite with Dropkick. But I should just remove... What am I removing here? A strike? Yeah. I don't know. There's probably a difference, but I don't know. Alright, let's smith up this Shrug It Off, because I'm going to be using that a lot. Oh, a second chest. Okay, I don't actually need that much energy, but, like, still, that's pretty good. Again, I don't know what I would upgrade. Like, double tap is not bad, but, like, what am I gonna use it with? Sure. Sure, whatever. Alright, Booyah got all of my health back. Let's go. To get the achievement, do you need to beat Act 3 or 4? Just Act 3. Okay. Do I need to use the skill potion? Probably not. Am I gonna get a potion after this fight? Maybe. Let's see what happens here. Who needs to defend when you can just smack your opponent? Oh, hang on. You can't see the attack. There we go. Wait, hang on. There we go. Alright. Yeah, let's shrug. Oh, we can actually double tap a bash. Interesting. I didn't think I would get enough energy to do that. Why defend when you could just hit them really hard? Exactly. Yeah, shrug it off. Way too good to pass up. All right. And you're dead. Bye. 132 damage. Easy. Probably no. No on all of these, right? Ooh. Oh, okay. Guaranteed rampage every turn. Guaranteed double tap rampage every turn. Basically. I don't need energy. Nobody needs energy, right? Who needs energy? This is too good. You no longer discard your hand. So I just keep all of my cards in my hand. I can hoard all my deck in my hand. Okay, so we do have 2 early shops here. I realized that I moved my face cam in the... Okay. There we go. Okay, we've got 2 early shops here. One on the left, one on the right. Do we have a second late shop? We've got this guy, but I have to go through the Fire Elite to get there. What does the road to get there look like? It's not too bad. I just really don't like the elites on Act 2. Like, they can be really punishing. Don't worry, I got a screenshot. Let me turn down the brightness on my... Oh, I can't. Okay, let's just turn it off then. Does that look weird? It does look a little bit weird. Hang on. I just don't like that it... Okay, that's a little bit better. I don't like that it makes me look so pale. Like, I already look so pale. I don't need your help. Yeah, I mean, I don't really feel like I can go for that. Like this... I might be able to skip an early shop and then go here. Just so that I don't have to run into an elite early. Like, I probably shouldn't be scared of elites, but also I'm scared of elites. I was gonna say just changing warps. That looks good. Nice. I appreciate it. Problem is, Act 2 also really likes to steal your money. I mean, what would I get rid of? A defend, maybe? Yeah, but imagine you could get the relic that allows you to remove cards at fires. Elite could give that. That's true. but like I have to beat the elite to do that. And I don't know that Rampage is fast enough to beat the Act 2 elites. Because, like, now that I've got Runic Pyramid, the Gambler's Brew and the Liquid Memories both are a little bit less good. I just hit them really hard. Okay, alright. Could do that, could do that. I mean, sure, I'm gonna... let's at least go for this right side, right? Let's at least open up the possibility. Because I do kind of want to see what these events are. And then when we get later on, we could decide not to. But I at least want to hit the early shop, I think. Okay, 12 damage. It's probably fine. Wrong card. Dang it. Alright, well. I've got time here. I don't need to take unnecessary damage. Yeah, I just win. Okay, nice. Power potion? Are there any powers that like really help me here? I don't know. I mean, I already kind of stated that these two aren't that great. Discard Liquid Memories. So Gambler's Brew can help me turn 1. Liquid Memories doesn't really help that much. Okay. Nah. Don't really want anything here. Nunchaku's not bad. But I need to remove cards. Let's get rid of a defend. I like your haircut. Thank you. Upgrade, I guess? Tough choice here. Tough choice. Let's actually upgrade a defend because we already have some decent attacking cards. Speaking of, I drew none of them. Cool. Dead. Wow. That was fast. Okay. Attack potion is also probably better. None of those. Okay. I still need to remove 4 cards from my deck. I'm getting rid of 2 strikes and what, 2 defends, I guess? Kinda weird. This could be dangerous if I don't scale fast enough. I'm gonna take a bit of damage here. I don't know, I might scale fast enough. We'll see. Okay, yeah, that was more than good enough. Yo, what's up, Glitch? How's it going? I'm here for the Stonebot commands. I have news for you. No, don't say that. Don't say that. So we have a couple of new commands here. Feel free to mess around with it. I think Stonebot is relatively, you know, good to take on whatever you can throw at it. But yeah, actually making the commands, unfortunately, that part is over. So we've moved on to Slay the Spire. I mean, I could technically add a Pommel Strike. Actually, a Pommel Strike is actually really good. I don't know that I could afford to add another card to my deck, though. I have to skip. You should play Expedition 33. It might change your opinion on French people. What is Expedition? What is that? A role-playing video game developed by French studio Sandfall Interactive. Is it because it was developed by French people? It is a very French game too. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just double tap Rampage, right? Yeah, get rid of that guy. Get out of here. Is it like a bad game? Is that why we're mad at French people? I'm confused. That's a little bit of damage. Would just like to note that. That's a little bit of damage. It's a very good game. Okay, so French people created a very good game, and I'm supposed to hate French people? I'm sorry, what? You said you hate the French, therefore this French game could change your opinion. I did not mean it like that. That's not what I meant when I said that. I did technically say those words. It was out of context. I don't want any of these. Too many cards. Too many cards. Okay, this Runic Pyramid is actually way better than I thought it would be. Like, I am scaling incredibly fast, I have to say. This is worth it, right? Yeah, I take one less damage. I might take more damage here, though. I take that back. All right. This is looking a little bit better than I thought it would. Like, I'm dealing a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't even want any of these, I don't think. So, after this fight is the decision point. Wow, what a bad starting hand. Wow. Yeah, this could be dangerous. Because it could make my double tap Rampage combo cost too much. I'm also relatively likely to get another potion, I think. I think it's been a couple of fights. Let's maybe use a power potion here. Is the fight gonna last long enough for a power potion to matter? I don't know. I'll use it. These are terrible. Okay, barricade or juggernaut? It's probably juggernaut, right? I need to deal damage. Wait, why did I got barricade and juggernaut mixed up. I should have just played the strike. Dang it. Okay, well, at least we got a zero cost bash. That's something, right? This is a terrible hand. Okay, we can finally double tap the rampage, which I think we do want to do. Yeah. Okay, let's just defend strike here. Oh, that's right. We just kill. Okay. Nice. Oh, cleave would be good for AoE. What boss am I fighting? Okay. I don't need it. Oh. Do I even have enough money to, like, remove another card of this shop? I mean, I might get enough money. Actually, if I go left, take these two fights, because I don't really need to upgrade anything at the campfire, right? Only reason I would go to the campfire is more health. But, like, who needs health? Let's go left. Okay. More health. Dude, I have Pantograph, which heals me at the beginning of boss fights. I have Meal Ticket, which heals me when I enter shops. And now I have Regal Pillow, which heals me extra when I heal at a campfire. What is this? Oh, and I start out with Burning Blood, which heals me at the end of combat. I'm good on health. I could use maybe a different relic. Maybe a different relic would be good for me. That's what I think. That's what I think. It's called Synergy. It's not even... they're not even, like, synergizing with each other. They're just adding a number to my health bar. Like... I kind of have to play that, I think. I just win, actually. Never mind. I was worried for nothing. What is that emote, by the way? Crayon time? Interesting. Why is it called crayon time? Are those crayons? I've never seen that before. I might have to use that one instead of just the basic crayon emote. Don't want these. Do I go to the right? I'm like almost at half health right now. Elixir's kind of meh. But the skill and the attack potion. I'm just afraid of getting Stabbing Book. Because I feel like I don't scale fast enough to kill Stabbing Book in time. I mean, I'm going to heal a lot afterwards. I just don't know that I'm going to be able to win the fight. All the 7TV emotes got changed to be spooky for October, hence the crayon box being a skull. Oh, I see. I didn't even know that used to be a crayon box. I'm definitely going to have to use that for the feed command. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is that the feed record got reset. I did not carry that over from when I last had Stonebot working, so I mean I have to go for it, right? Okay, this fight again. It's unfortunate. I think the talk of crayons are why Twitch is giving me ads for the Marines. Don't blame me. I'm not the one that did that, surely. Okay. So I lost 1 HP compared to where I started at the beginning of this fight, which is not bad. Yeah, none of these. Here we go. Okay, it's not stabbing book. Okay, there's a pretty decent chance I make it out of this then, especially with this start. This is really good. Do I take a potion? Because I kind of need a little bit of defense here. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Let's not get hasty. Let's just chill. This is okay. This is an acceptable amount of damage. That's like doing a cooking stream and wondering why I'm getting an ad for Olive Garden. Oh shoot, this guy adds wounds to your deck. I forgot about that. Oof, that's pretty bad. That's actually really annoying. If I could just draw a card here, that'd be phenomenal. I don't think I can do that though. I just, what, triple defend, strike somebody? What's my rampage up to? 24? So yeah, I'd want to double tap this guy. It's kind of weird. I think I just hate most fights in Act 2, whether or not they are elite. Except the bosses. They're the only good part of Act 2. I absolutely agree. I feel like a lot of people would agree with that. I think Act 2 is the most annoying in general. I don't know if I should use a potion here is the thing. Like, so I'm definitely killing this front guy next turn. Problem is this guy does a lot of damage sometimes. I don't actually know his attack pattern. I think I know how to do the rest of this fight. Might not work completely though. Oh, I forgot to heal you. Okay, no. This should still be fine though. Oh shoot, I'm weak. Alright. I am gonna have to potion. Second Rampage, Searing Blow, Heavy Blade. Tell me, in this game called Slay the Spire, is there any occurrence of a spire being slayed? Only if you win. Only if you win. I mean, I gotta take Heavy Blade, right? Or do I dare take the second Rampage? Like, I gotta do damage this turn. 18. I mean, I'm killing the guy in the back. The Spirewood's the cards we collected along the way. I mean, yeah, I'll just take a second Rampage. So you're dead, and then I can use the second double attack on you. And then this will allow me to live. That's perfect. That's full defended. Okay. Oh. Ooh, Pen Nib is pretty good. Every 10th attack you play is double damage. Pretty good. Yeah, none of these. Okay. Thank you, meal ticket. Holy. Oh. Those are really good. Okay, first things first, I gotta remove. I have to. It has to be done. And I cannot afford the abacus. That's unfortunate. This would give me so much block, though, dude. Oh. I can't afford it, though. I can't. I gotta leave. That sucks. Okay, this should be fine. Unfortunate indeed. Indeed. A second elixir. Great, just what I needed. I don't need to smith. The only thing to upgrade are defends or a strike. Pantograph heals me 25. Like, I'm gonna be at a decent amount of health anyway. Would I rather have more health? Or like an upgraded defend? I also have this skill potion, which could be good for me to get defense. How much am I healing here? 24 plus 15? I'm healing 39? So I'm going to be at max health entering the boss fight. I'm going to be at what? 62? If I don't rest, which is already pretty good. I'm thinking I upgrade a defend. It's kind of weird, but... yeah, 62? Alright, let's see what's in here, I think. Ooh, flame barrier. Battle Trance, though? I didn't think about this one. Hold on. I can end the fight in like 3 turns. I mean, yeah, I'll just play this. I can't draw anything, but it's fine. Watch this. Double tap, Rampage, draw the Rampage again, and it still has the effect of the first double tap. He's already at half health on turn 2. I can play 4 Rampages this turn again. Ready? Double tap, Rampage. We draw it again. We Rampage. What did I just say? We win the fight in 3 turns. Was I right or was I right? Okay, we can't afford to add more cards. Easy, true combo, exactly. Ooh. Okay, definitely not Mark of Pain. Like anything except for that. Pandora's Box. We only have, what, 4 cards that it even would affect, and 2 of them are upgraded? It's gotta be Black Star, right? What are the Act 3 elites? I'm really afraid of Snake Lady. What am I? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I scale too fast. There's the head, which I definitely scale fast enough for. And then there's the dude that turns intangible. I don't remember if that's an elite fight or not. But there's that one enemy where every other turn he's intangible. He can only take 1 damage. Which might be a problem for me because I need to deal a lot of damage. Honestly, though, I feel like it's just Black Star. What do you think the hardest challenge of this game would be? Nemesis, I think, is an elite. Okay, cool. Also, welcome, Alucard. First time chatter. I will take Black Star. I came in with the raid, Bin Larkin. I appreciate you. How was your lurk? The hardest challenge in the game. Like, without outside restrictions, I think it would just be Ascension 20. Unless there's, like, something else I don't know about. Was good doing some Silk Song? Nice. I finished Hollow Knight relatively recently. Well, okay, some people are gonna argue with me as to whether or not I actually finished the game, but I saw the credits roll, so it counts. And I want to play Silk Song as well. From what I've heard, it's pretty good. With outside restrictions. There are a couple of people on YouTube that I've seen do some challenge runs. I don't know. It's really hard to get a sense for how difficult those kind of challenges are just based on like what I've seen. Just because usually people on YouTube, or like the people that upload the YouTube video, only show you what they win, or like the times that they win. So I know somebody's made a mod that goes up to Ascension 25. So normally the game only does like 20 extra difficulty levels, but somebody made a mod where it goes up to 25. So I guess it would be that with some other kind of restrictions. Like, I mean, if you're including outside restrictions, then there's all kind of stuff. Like, you can only play a single card in your deck, or, you know, something like that. I've also watched a lot of videos where it's like they make a mod so that the only relic you can get is like one specific one. It's pretty good. Definitely ups the challenge. Nice. I'll be honest, I was a little bit surprised by some of the difficulty levels in Hollow Knight. Like, there was one boss in particular that was like really difficult for me, and the rest of them were either like a relatively enjoyable difficulty level, or they just were kind of like, oh, that was surprisingly straightforward. Is there really only one shop here, or am I blind? There's only one shop. I mean, there's three, but I can only get one of them at a time. That sucks, because I need to remove 3 cards from my deck. We could get, what is it called? The Cage Relic, which allows me to remove 2 cards. I could also try and hunt the question mark for events that might let me remove. I also have Black Star, so maybe going for this double elite path here is good. Triple elite. Yeah, but that makes me skip a shop. What is this path, dude? Potions only? That might actually... Oh. Actually, I'm pretty sure somebody's done that. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I saw a video about it. Some things in Silksong seem perfectly crafted to be obnoxious, and I'm not about that. Dang. Oof. Yeah, I think really my only gripe with Hollow Knight was the menuing was sometimes annoying. I do want to get Silksong, though, just to see what it's all about. Because, like, it seems like the general consensus is that it's a good game, but also more difficult. I've also heard a lot of people say that the runbacks to the boss fights are excruciating. Okay, so if I go for the middle shop, I literally hit 0 elites, so that's off the menu. If I go for the left shop, I also hit 0 elites, and if I go for the right shop, I also hit 0 elites. So I either take a shop or I take an elite. If I take a shop, this Black Star is completely useless. But I could also take this 3 elite path, which would net me 6 relics in total. So, like, I don't know. Like, is that going to be enough for me to remove 3 cards from my deck? So what, I can get the Cage, which allows me to remove 2? And then what? I guess I just pray that one of these 3 events allows me to remove a card? Like... Oh, there's a 4th one here. I mean, I could do these 2 elites. Yo, thank you for the subscription. Nice. I appreciate that. So I could go for these 2 elites, and then at this point, if I have not removed enough cards, I could try and go for these 2 events just to see what happens. Unfortunately, I don't remember the events, so I don't know what's possible. This is also a relatively good boss for me, too. Because I can scale while only playing like a couple cards. I mean, I have to, right? I have to go these 3 question marks into double elite. Like, if I go any of the shop routes, it's just so likely that I don't get what I need. Is Cage... Can I even get Cage from an elite fight? I think so. I don't have enough money to both remove from a shop and buy a relic. So if I were to get a relic that helped, I probably wouldn't even be able to afford it. There's also a chance that I just get a shop out of one of these question marks. So I have to. You'll have a good time? All right. I will probably get it. I don't know when, though. I feel like I already have so many things to do. On stream, that is. But I don't know. That should probably be one of my top priorities, honestly. Again, for streaming. Especially coming off of Hollow Knight. I don't know. How much of Hollow Knight do I need to understand what's going on? I would assume not much. Sure, I'll just do this. For me, I don't really care about how difficult a fight is, only how frustrating it is. Games can be hard without frustrating, but I would agree that Silksong does both, unfortunately. Oof. Oh, I can just do this. Nice. I don't even have to play double tap. Sweet. Smoke bomb. Okay. Unfortunate. I got tired of ads. Fair enough. Dude, I like... I don't know. I don't like there being so many ads on my channel, so I've set it up so that I show the least amount of ads possible, such that nobody has to watch a pre-roll ad. It's like you have to show ads. You have to show mid-roll ads in order to avoid showing pre-roll ads. So I've set it up so that it's like at the absolute minimum to avoid ever showing a pre-roll ad. But it's still pretty frequent. More frequent than I would like. Unfortunately. I would suggest doing the true ending of Hollow Knight before Silksong, but that's just me. Okay. In that case, I might have to boot up Hollow Knight again. I can take 7 damage, it's fine. Let's play it like this so I don't take damage from the spikes here. This just kills, so I don't need to double tap. You were actually really close to the next step. Double stream pivot? Probably not. Yeah, I don't need any of this. Dude, playing Hollow Knight on stream, like, I'm pretty sure every single one of those streams was at least 5 hours long, which is like 2 hours longer than my average, I think. Okay, we can get a relic. Wait, does Blackstar work with this? I think it does. Oh, and Pantograph. Oh, free heals. Holy. Yeah, there was one Hollow Knight stream that I did that was like 6 hours, basically. So, like, I don't really feel like it's a good idea for me to start that right now. I think I might, I might have too much fun. And forget about what time it is. That is very likely to happen. But yeah, like I had just unlocked the ability to swim through acid, and I still haven't visited the what you call it? The caterpillar area. Kyria. Okay. I don't even know why I'm looking at the card rewards. There's nothing that I'm gonna take. Okay. 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 This is good. This is good. This is good. Still only half the amount of time the Willy Snail slow run had. What did they say it was? Like 12 hours? Like, I get it, you know, like it's a meme thing, but like I don't know, man. Why would you do that? Is it a good idea to bash here? Probably not. I'll just play this. Okay, that's fine. I remember that one time we played Factorio together for like 7 hours straight. Felt like a work shift. Okay, man. All right. You could have gotten off at any time. Felt like a work shift. All right, man. All right. Okay, please. Wait, this doesn't deal enough damage? Oh. Wait, but I'm still double tapped. Yeah, so this does deal enough damage. Okay, just please don't curse me. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I was wondering why there was a 12-hour Willy Snail run. No, it was fun? Okay. So it was like a fun shift at work. Gotcha. That makes it so much better. What is this, dude? Okay, just please don't give me a curse. Okay, we're fine. I'm getting pretty lucky here. The guy who did the slow run said they'd go even longer if there were competition. Yeah, nah. It's probably for the best that there's no competition. Like up to 24 hours, dude. Okay, like snack oil. Yeah, I guess it's better than like that potion. Okay, all right, dude. Like, give me a second. Yeah, my fourth place run has been pending for a month. When was the last verification? 2 months ago was the last time a run got verified on the main leaderboard. I don't think that submitting a 24-hour run is the best idea. I don't know about that one. But right after, I was like, I just spent 7 hours redesigning a railroad system. Maybe I need a break. We love RNG here, indeed. Let's go after that guy, I guess. Okay, this could be annoying here. It'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, Mirhan and Enmi said that they would start working on it. I think in my last stream they were chatting about it. Yeah, this is annoying. Which is like fine. I would fear if somebody started submitting times that were like that long. I forgot that I had a wound. I don't know. Do I use the Snecko potion now? It could screw me over. But also I'm taking 39 damage. Let's just see what happens. Holy. Okay. I mean, it's not good that Rampage and Shrug It Off are now 3. That's actually quite bad for me. Okay. We love RNG. Still, let's not get too excited. That guy's dealing 25. Does Bash kill this guy? Because it's gonna do 10 and then it's gonna do another 15 after the first hit, right? Because vulnerable deals 50% more. So yeah, if I play Bash on this guy, he dies, I think. Yeah, okay. And then I can still double Rampage into you. I mean, I'm taking 26. And then I'm going to be at basically 1 health. I mean, what's the alternative? Play Shrug It Off? Take only 11 less damage? Like, okay. They're almost guaranteed to summon another thing next turn. So I basically have a free turn next turn. So I should spend this turn defending. Why are you attacking? You have no summons. Why are you attacking me? How much does this do? 36? Bro. Three energy, Shrug It Off. You have free block, easy. Oh, we love RNG. Yeah. That we do. That we do. Yeah, I have 1 extra energy and can't do anything with it because all of my cards either cost 0 or 3 and no in between. So the dilemma then is, do I use the smoke bomb which lets me get out of this fight for free, but then I don't get the rewards. Or do I take a bunch of damage and then enter this elite fight at really low health? But okay, but if I enter this elite fight at really low health, I would still have the smoke bomb. So if I really needed to, I could smoke bomb then. So I should do this. I should double tap into bash and then shrug it off just in case I draw bash again. I did, so now I get the double hit a second time. Okay. Now you're summoning. Now you're summoning. Of course. Of course you're summoning. We're rich. Okay, Tori's pretty good also. If this is a shop, if this turns out to be a shop, it would be huge. Dang it. Okay. I guess, yeah, we just double tap Rampage. This fight should be free. Yeah, he's already dealing 0 damage. I'll bash him just for fun. I want to play all of those attacks so I can get Pen Nib. I can get the counter on Pen Nib to go up a little bit. Okay, it's the head. We might be able to scale fast enough. We might be able to scale fast enough. We love head. We do indeed. We do indeed. Okay, Tori comes in clutch. Wait. I should be playing Rampage, Shrug It Off, and then Rampage again, right? Because if I double tap Rampage, actually I think, does it do the same amount? No, I think it's better to double tap Rampage. I think. So this guy has slow, which means you basically want to play all of your attacks at the very end of your turn because they'll deal more damage. So I'm just trying to just trying to do the math a little bit here. Okay, I think this turn I should Rampage, Shrug It Off, double tap Rampage. Yeah? Sound good? Okay, big damage. Only taking 1. Thanks to Tori. And now I just win, right? Okay, next turn I win. Goodbye. Whew. Red Skull is not bad. Self-forming clays, meh. Energy potion's good. Okay. I need to remove 2 cards still. I have so much money, I feel like I need to hit these 2 question marks. That's so annoying. I don't know. So there's a relic. There's a cage relic that as soon as you pick it up, you can remove 2 cards. I don't remember if you can get it from a shop or if you have to get it through like an elite fight. But that's basically my only out, unless both of these 2 question marks are shops. If both of the 2 question marks are shops, then I can also remove cards that way. Otherwise, I think my only out is the cage. I mean, I guess we can make the decision after this fight, right? That's annoying. That's kind of a lot of damage. We love RNG. What is this doing? It's doing 11 and then 19, which is just enough to kill this thing. Oh, and I had pen nib. Whoops. Okay. Just full block here. But see, like, the question is, what kind of RNG do we take? Do I fight the elite and try and get the birdcage as one of my 2 offered relics? Or do I try and get a shop out of one of these 2 and hope that the cage is offered in one of the shops? If I even get a shop is the thing. I feel like there's too many possible relics for me to do the math here. I honestly think Birdcage has a better chance on Elite. Alright, we might do that then. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Whoops. Oh well. Okay. Dexterity potion, I feel like, is a lot better than elixir. Especially for time guy. I mean, what elite fight are we doing? The intangible dude. The intangible dude adds burns to your deck, I think. Shoot. Do I take the dex potion? Maybe I drop... Okay, yeah. Let's drop the smoke bomb. And grab the dex potion. Okay, that makes the decision a lot easier. Alright. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up a poll. Elite or 2 questions. Elite 2 questions. Which, you know what, I'll do this, which path? Alright, there we go. You get to decide which path should I take here. The other thing to consider too is that if I do take the elite, I have 3 other fights in a row, which like shouldn't be a huge deal, but you know, just something to consider. Whereas this path, I just have a normal fight and the 2 question marks and then another fight. I'm also fighting Time Eater, so that's relevant. I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you which is better. I'm a little bit partial, excuse me, to the question mark path. Just because I don't think I've gotten a shop out of a question mark event this run. Maybe I did early on. No, I don't think so. I don't know, but like if I take the elite path, there's also like I've got so much money that just kind of goes to waste. But that's even assuming that I get a shop. A lot of stuff to consider. How's the poll looking? It's 50-50. Please somebody else vote. Please. Please don't let it be 50-50. No, dude. I'm gonna have to make this decision. I'm gonna literally do a coin flip. Do I even have a coin on me? I'm not I'm not gonna make this decision. I'm not gonna make the decision. Somebody please vote. Okay, while the ads are going, I'm gonna see if I can find a coin. I don't know if I used to have like a coin bag, right? And I don't remember where I put it. Do I have a die anywhere? You still got a silver dollar? I don't think so. The poll ended in 50-50, dude. Hang on. Let me look in my closet real quick. Okay. I have literally no idea. Chair stream. You know what? Hang on, give me a second. I do happen to have this Rubik's Cube on me. It is not currently solved, but give me a second. I'll roll this, and if it lands on red, white, or blue, I'll go to the left. I'll go to the elite. And if it's yellow, green, or orange, I will do the double. What did I do here? I will do the double question mark. Okay. I've got a Rubik's Cube. Red, white, or blue goes left. Yellow, orange, or green goes right. If you roll France, you go to the French. Right. Okay, I don't have like a way to show this on stream, I don't think. I'm looking for like a container or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna toss it on the floor, alright? It's blue. It's blue. Yeah, I've got laundry over there. I would like pan the camera over there, but I've got laundry that I have not done. We're going to the elite. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're going to the elite. I'm gonna forget that it's over there and I'm gonna trip on it. Okay. I don't need to potion yet. Don't need a potion yet. If there was a good time to use the elixir, it would be this fight. I should Should I play Shrug for the chance to get double tap, or should I just play Bash to get the guaranteed vulnerable? Should play Bash, right? I think so. Okay. There are the burns. Do I elixir them now? How many cards? 6, 7, 8? No, okay, so I can, in theory, hold all of them in my hand at once. I mean, they're gonna deal damage to me, though, so, like, I don't know, maybe it's worth getting rid of. I don't know if I should play the dexterity potion or not. It's gonna give me 2 extra block per block card, which could be good. I think I should play this and then shrug it off, and if I draw the 3rd burn, that would be perfect for elixir. If I draw Rampage, I'm still taking a lot of damage. Maybe I just use the elixir no matter what. I mean, it's only 2 damage per card, I guess. It's just, it kind of screws up my draw. How much damage am I taking right now? 22? Minus shrug. I don't think I can take chances. Like, this fight should be free, so I think if there was a time to use potions, it's probably now. Did not draw the burn. I think I should just double tap Rampage anyway, because I need to scale for next turn, right? I don't know how much damage I'm dealing. I think I'm guaranteed to draw all my cards next turn though, right? I do get Pen Nib, okay. Better be big. Okay, I can draw with Shrug, I guess. How much damage is it dealing right now? 32 plus the vulnerable. What's 32 plus 16? 48. So it's dealing 48 times 2 with this. Oh, wait, does that apply before or after? I think it applies before vulnerable. So it's going to deal 64 plus another 32. So it's going to deal 90 something. It's then going to go to 40. And that's going to be 60. I think that works. Because then I can just strike. Or it just works like that. Okay. Hey, look at that. More healing. Hey, guys. Did you want more healing? Do you think I need more health, guys? Do you think I should have another relic that gives me health? Great synergy. Yeah. What are these cards? Yeah, literally no way I can get rid of these now. I might as well finish off the run, I guess. That's run dead for the challenge, right? Yeah. There is a challenge of having basically only having common cards in your deck. But I would have to get rid of Rampage and Double Tap, which is like the entire synergy of the deck. I'm curious. I'm curious what those question marks were supposed to be. That's unfortunate. Actually, I'm taking a bit of damage here. Gotta head off for now. See ya. All right, have a good one. I appreciate you being here. How much am I taking? 17? Is that okay? Let's just go like this. Can wait a turn. Go like that. Something 43. It's a little annoying. Should be okay though. Should be able to rampage and then shrug and then rampage again. Alright. This dude again. Didn't you learn your lesson last time? Hit you a couple more times, just because. Alright. Same deal. I want to set up pen nib. Not that I really need it, but, you know. It's there. Ooh. Don't like that damage. Okay, I'll just do this, I guess. Could probably be more aggressive here, but I don't think it matters too much. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Alright. Hey, more health. Isn't that great? Isn't that fantastic? Perfect, even, some might say. Do I even care about lifting? Could upgrade the strike, I guess. Whatever. I have $800, dude. The heck, man. Come on. Come on. Goodbye. Wait, hang on. I gotta heal. Whew. Thank goodness I healed. Good thing I had all that health. Oh, man. Money, money. Accrued 1,000 gold. Man. God, I really want to know what was in those 2 question marks. Could have been good. Could have been good. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it from me. Is there somebody to raid here? There is. Okay. I'm gonna send you guys over to somebody. They're not playing Slay the Spire. If you don't want to watch somebody that's not playing Slay the Spire, I completely understand. But I'm gonna send you over to them because I follow them. I think they're a great streamer. They're playing what is it? Batman Arkham Asylum, which is pretty cool. It's been fun. What was in those 2 question marks? A trouble for developing Stonepot? That's what. Truly. Alright. Alright. I'll send you over to them. Start that. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody being here. Was truly fun. Anyway, have a good one. See you later, guys. Peace.